What's up, guys? Welcome to some Saturday morning TCGO slash afternoon kind of thing. It's about 10 after 10, so it'll probably be Saturday afternoon for me. And get a little failed server login error thing. I took this match during all the maintenance. I'm giving you guys a short one today because I want to give you guys the option between the next two, because I have two very, very, very good 20-minute games with Hay Fever and Dynamo. So I kind of want to use this as a little like transition, little interstitiary thing where I ask you guys, what you want to see next. If you want to see Dynamo or Hay Fever. I'm still working on the Steel deck. I still got to trade out for those damn Cobalions. They're worth a lot, and I'm having trouble finding them because I think people are trying to make decks with them right now. So as soon as I can get my hands on those, I'll swap out Onyx for I'll swap out Onyx and Steelix for Cobalion, probably put a little bit more energy. I also need the special metal energies as well, so if anyone wants to trade for those for any of the cards I might have gotten in previous pack openings or anything like that, you are more than welcome to let me know, and because I think I'm going to need like 3 more of those. So he's kind of getting set up. I don't really draw a really fantastic hand, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and Pecom out the Gengar so I can go ahead and get a basic Pokemon on the bench. My plan is to get Ghastly, put a Psychic Energy on it, then Copycat out for a new hand. That probably seems like the most secure thing to do. I can't really get that Slowpoke out of the lead spot anyway, so I'm kind of hoping I get a Pokemon Collector in order to... What? I really hope I didn't get that Mime. I hope I... Okay, good. Okay, good. So... I do get the Ghastly. Just going to put it down, put a Psychic Energy on it, just so that first turn isn't a complete waste. And I'll see what I go ahead and get with this Copycat. So I get a couple more energies. I also do get another Pokemon Collector and a Haunter, but because I already used my supporter for the turn, I cannot do anything. Now, he's actually using a more interesting deck. I don't know if he's running Fliptini, but Golurk has an attack where you flip 4 coins and it does 50 damage for each heads. Dynamic Punch does 20, but if you flip heads, you get Confusion and you get to do 20 more damage. So that's why he did 40 on that turn. But... I'm going to get a Slowpoke, a Mime Jr., and a Mr. Mime. I was really hoping to get Mime early on so that way, Ghastly could do his thing. But I Evolve Haunter, going to go ahead and put down another energy on him. And once I get up to Gengar, we'll be doing pretty good. So I'm not going to evolve that Slowpoke in the lead spot, despite the fact that Confusion, evolving it would heal its Confusion. What I'm going to do is once that thing dies, I'm just going to send in Mime Jr., evolve the Slowking on the bench, and kind of use Mime Jr. as a placeholder since it has 0 retreat cost. If I don't see anything good at the top of his deck, then I can just kind of go to Haunter and then put it to sleep. If I do see something good, then I'll just do work with Mime and stall for a little bit. So it's not like a hard stall kind of thing, but it's just like, oh, let me just buy a little bit of time, maybe 3 or 4 turns, because I really don't have that good of luck with babies. So I pull Lost World, which isn't really beneficial at the time, but I'm going to go ahead and look at his deck, and I do see a Larvitar, a Zoroark, and a Rocky Helmet. So what I'm going to do is he already has a Larvitar on the bench. He's probably not going to need another one. I don't want him using that Zoroark, so I'm actually just going to go ahead and burn it off. And I think I put down Lost World right now anyways, because I'm not familiar with this deck structure, and more often than not, the more uncommon deck structures don't really tend to run stadium cards unless it actually calls for it. And if this is fairly popular, I have no idea what it would be calling for, so I feel kind of safe putting it down. Otherwise, I can just kind of mill off the rest of his deck manually, which is going to be a pain in the ass if he does have a stadium card, but I don't think he does, once again, people tend to run other cards over them. So, Mime Jr.'s asleep. He can still confuse me while I'm asleep, which is what I'm hoping he doesn't get. But if he does, it's really not going to be that big deal, or that big a deal to me, since I can go ahead and go for the sleep poison. But he's building up, his Larvitar in the background. Now, I don't know how many different kinds of Tyrannitars there are, if there's like a fighting one and a dark one, but he doesn't have any dark energies on it. I know I use a Pokemon Collector just to get some other things, and I actually end up just putting down all my Mimes, so it's like, it's going to be Slowking and March of the Mimes right now, but I go ahead and use that because I know that I put his Larvitar in the third, so there's going to be one Pokemon in there for sure. I do see a Terrakion, so what I'm going to do is that is probably the most threatening thing to me. I'm going to go ahead and Sleepy Lost that off, but he's welcome to kill me off right now if he actually pulls a... If he pulls a heads, I believe he can take me out. If he pulls a tails, he doesn't confuse me, and I'm still free to pull Mime Shenanigans and such. But he's going to Pecom something out, probably that Larvitar he just drew into, because he doesn't need it. So if I had left that Terrakion on the second spot, he would have put that down and probably start building it up as well. I don't know. I'm just kind of doing work with all these little Mimes. I'm glad I have a lot of them, and That's all I can really say about that. I probably need one more Mr. Mime. It's not too vital. I mean, this deck can function without it. But if one ends up in the prize cards, it kind of ends up like, the same situation that Hay Fever has when one of my Sunflores ends up in the prize cards. It kind of reduces efficiency, but, it's not really that big a deal. So he evolves his thing into Golurk, and Hammer Arm discards a top card from my deck, and then he can go ahead and go for Hurricane Punches next turn. So I got 2 more Mimes. I'm definitely going to go for it, but I'm still not really pulling anything good. So I'm going to look at his deck, see if there's anything. There is nothing. Okay, so what I'm probably going to end up having to do is... I think what I want to do is I want to burn off the Life Orb so he can't, or Life Herb, excuse me, so he can't heal anything. But then I think about it and I'm like, you know what? I actually just gave him the Life Herb because I'm going to go ahead and switch out. But I want to go for the Sleep Poison, so this was really stupid here what I just did because he could have woken up thanks to the Life Herb that he just drew into. So that probably would have extended the match a little bit longer, but... I don't know, he could have used it, and thankfully, I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself, but he pulls a Tails on it, and it only works if you pull heads, but it heals all status conditions, and it removes 6 damage counters from the Pokemon. So, he's going to put down the fucking Dark Energy on it. Now, I think he only needs, like, 2 Dark Energy in order to get rolling with Tyranitar, and I think there's only the 1 Tyranitar now that I think about it, but he chooses not to wake it up right now, and I finally draw into a better hand, or draw into a card that'll give me a better hand. So, I see Seeker, I see Gengar finally, so, now we're going to get the ball rolling. I'm going to evolve this, and then what I can also do is I'm going to use Mr. Mime to look at his hand, see if there's anything. That T-Tart was just sitting there lying in the wings. I don't know why he chose not to evolve it, but if I could put down Seeker to get rid of the Larvitar and the Pupitar, that would be fantastic. But right now, it's better, it's better for the future if I just get rid of that Tyranitar. Otherwise, it is going to roll the hell out of me. But he doesn't wake up. I guess he was probably taking his chances to see if he would wake up, at the end of the turn or between turns, since he does get the coin flip for that. And he's getting an unfortunate roll, I'm not going to lie. So I got 3 in the Lost Zone. If I use Seeker, I can pull up the Larvitar and the Pupitar into his hand. And, that'll be 5 more. So it'll just be a matter of when he draws his last one, and he's probably already got this, assuming, if his Golurk were to have woken up with Life Orb, that definitely would have put me in a world of hurt. But I still have 1 more Mime. I have a Revive. I think I run 2 Revives in this deck just for the Mimes. But looking at it, he probably doesn't have any more Pokemon in his hand, is what I'm thinking. So I'm going to go ahead and use Spiritom's ability, and then I'm going to go ahead and use Seeker to bring it back, just to ensure that I'm good to go. Also going to use Mr. Mime to look at his hand, see how many Pokemon there are, and there are 4 guys, so I think I'm all good to go, especially with the amount of energy I have on Gengar. I'm just going to put another one down on it just to clean house, and then it'll really just be, whether or not he can kill off all of my things on the field in the next turn, which he cannot. That is impossible for him at this point. You cannot use that many cards. I think the only way he could is if he got, like, fucking... If he had a Kyurem on the bench, and then he just used a shit ton of plus powers on it, but he would need a lot of plus powers, like Junk Armor and plus powers and shit out like crazy. But the best he can hope for is to punch the living hell out of my Gengar, and then I've already won next turn. So it's a little bit of a quicker game, but it kind of shows off how much damage Golurk can do. But that's really about it. So let me know what you guys want to see in the comments next time if you want to see Hay Fever or Dynamo. Both of those are around 20 minutes, and they are both very, very close, very, very good games. So let me know. I will be giving out codes as always, and I give out the codes for the previous one while I'm uploading this one. So if none of you guys have gotten a PM for the last one, then that's probably why. So... I got that going. I still got plenty of codes. As always, the cards I'm kind of looking for are a Cobalion with Energy Press. I'm probably going to need like 2 or 3 of those. And then I'm also going to need the special metal energies, and then I can tweak around the deck structure a little bit. But that's really all I'm going to need in order to get this 4th deck running. So just going to play Lost World for the win, and that'll do it. So if you guys enjoyed it, you're welcome to leave a like, rating, comment, subscribe, do your thing. Not really the best game, but I will have better ones tomorrow, and it's up to you guys to choose which one you want to see. So with that in mind, I will catch you guys later. Peace.